Okay, hi everyone. Sorry for the delay on the stream. That was a wild roller coaster. Apparently, according to a bunch of anecdotal stories, including from some people who live out here, that was likely a woodpecker pecking on my chimney. So that was the most inopportune time for me to hear that for the first time in my house. But I do have giant trees out here, so it is very likely that that was what it was. So now I know my furnace is not going to explode if I hear that noise. It's still going to startle me because it's extremely loud, but at least I can laugh about it. So if you see me randomly jump in the middle of the stream, it's probably at it again. Anyway, welcome guys, it's been a while. And as many of you know, I did start a new job with a team called Grit. And we are working on a Western Battle Royale. And so there are some trailers out there if you want to check it out. We are also doing some beta testing. If you want to apply to be a beta tester, you can do that on our Discord. And they hired me to make some horse animations, so here I am. And today I figured we're gonna work on the canter animation. I have so far authored a trot and a gallop and then like a few prototype type of animations, but we are going to need a canter. So I figured we'd do that today. And now I don't know that I'm going to be able to stream this whole thing, because the downside about, like, it's fantastic that they're allowing me to stream the work that I'm doing, but the downside of it is that, you know, I work 8 hours a day, but I don't have like enough mental energy to stream 8 hours a day, so you might only just see bits and pieces of what I'm doing here and there. But I can show you what I've done so far with this horse. Now, when I started, they had this horse asset that was from like the Unreal store or some type of asset store, and I didn't really like how the skeleton was built. They had put, whoever made this had put the joints in very weird places, and I couldn't like zero out the joints, because if you have a Maya character, you want the joints to all be at 0 in the bind post. So you can see over here on my channel box, all of these joints are at 0, and if I zeroed out the joints on that horse, it would just flatten it out. And I'm like, well, that's no good, because I need to be able to make scripts. So this is the skeleton that I built for this horse, with a couple of extra joints for things like, this is where our rider attaches. Oh, look at that. I need to fix the skinning a little bit, because this should not actually move anything on the horse. So I'll do that at a later time. I'm not a professional skinner. This was just a very basic job that I did to make things work. Hello, guys. I am sorry. I see your messages. I'm afraid I would probably mess up pronouncing your name, so if you want me to try, I'm happy to try, but also I don't want to offend you if I say it wrong. But hello, welcome to the stream. Happy to have you here. People have mixed feelings about that, right? It's like some people are just excited when someone tries to pronounce their names, and other people are like really upset when they get it wrong. So if you want me to say your name to give you a shout out, by all means, I'll give it a try. But yeah, anyway, we've got a little joint here for the bridle, and then up here. So ideally we're going to have the rider's hands attached to the bridle here and their feet in the stirrups. But let me just show you real quick what we've got in our engine here. I'm just gonna throw in a basic level. Let's see. I'm not gonna like play the actual game right now, excuse me, but you can see that stuff on our website, grit.gg, if you want to check it out. Alright, well that's gonna take a minute. Anyway, so I have this script here that I built that with a click of a button, I will have an IK rig on my horse. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's see. Boop. Generate lower body rig. Huzzah! So now I've got all these things that I built in another file, and then I used my script to like reference it in and constrain all these things. Gonna turn off IK handle. Oops. I don't care to see IK handles. But now you can see we've got this moving, and I used a spring IK chain. That's the first time I've done that before, but I thought that would work best for this horse. So yeah, he's got all these little leg controls, can do cool stuff. And then I did put some controls on the spine just because it's sort of part of the IK setup. But then the rest of him, for now, I just animate on the joints. I press Alt-3, which is the hotkey in Maya 2020, to turn the joints on and off in your viewport, and that's really handy for me. And then I'll just, you know, animate it like so. And this is why it's important to have your rotation zeroed out, because I always know that to go back to the default position on my joints, I just have to have the rotations at 0. Now, if I translate them, that's another story, but I don't do that too often on things other than like the spine and the feet. It's been a while since I've streamed. I'm like trying to get back into this now. All right, so I'm just gonna save this out as its own file because I didn't actually reference this in. The rig is referenced, but I start with just the basic horse model. So let's see, I'll make myself a new folder, call it Canter. And I rename those when I go to export things into my engine, but oh, hang on, I gotta check my Discord, make sure. All right. Okay, so we've got. Let's see, where's our horse? We've got kind of a weird folder structure. Sometimes I forget where these things are. All right, so this is the horse that I've created, and we have to do this from scratch because since I changed the skeleton, I can't just be like, oh, here's the, oops, what did I just do? Here's the new skeleton. I hope that doesn't mess anything up. Because it'll break all the animations. So unfortunately, this means that I have to like recreate all the animations. Let's see, can you show model topology? Oh yeah, sure, real quick. Let me turn that off, and there you go. So I did not model this. This was, like I said, from the asset store. I'm not an expert at modeling. I do feel like this is maybe a little heavier than it needed to be. I did actually come in here and delete some things when I went in to do the skinning because, like, for instance, this blanket here actually had like a second layer of the blanket, and I'm like, we're not even gonna see that, and that's gonna cause weird issues with skinning. So I just actually removed that. Shh, don't tell anyone. And then there were like a bunch of vertices that were like not merged together, so I did that, and that helped reduce the number of vertices. Let's see if I show you. Where's the... What am I looking for? Display. Heads-up display. Polycount. There we go. So you can see now this has 14,000 verts and 27,000 faces. Yeah, I feel like it's a little overkill, but since I'm not a modeler, I wasn't exactly gonna go in and change a whole lot of that. It does also have like these armor pieces that aren't actually attached to the horse. So it has like a double layer on that, so that adds a lot of geo to it. But anyway, so if we come in here, I will also grab the old horse so I can show you what it looks like and what we're trying to do. Oh, where'd it go? Let's see. Horse. This is in a different folder here. Wait. Oh my gosh, this is embarrassing. Okay, I'm just gonna... This is what I usually do when I can't remember which folders things are in. I just do the reference viewer, and that didn't help me, because that's not the right animation, apparently. Aha. Let's try this one. Nope. Oh my gosh. This is embarrassing. Why can't I not remember? It's been the weekend and I've forgotten where these blueprints are. Blueprints. No, already checked that. Oh my gosh. Horse, walk. Why am I... Okay, I need a brain here for a second. I feel like I'm remembering now that it's not actually in that folder. Oh my gosh. Vehicles. Is it in the vehicles folder? Ah, it is! Okay. I just had a brain fart there. I think that's the one I want, so let's give this a try, see how it goes. Okay, so this should be the old horse. Nope, that's not. Ah, what did I do? Oh, that's the blueprint that I made that I'm not actually using. Whoops. I need to delete that at some point. Alright, I think it's... and someone's gonna chew me out because I totally did this thing that I shouldn't have, where I'm like, oh yeah, I made it 01, and now someone's gonna point out to me, like, see how confusing that is? I shouldn't have done that. Anyway, so we have our horse here, and he's got a walk, he's got a trot, and he's got a gallop. And then he's got a faster speed in the gallop, but doesn't really appear to do much different. And then there's a lot of... yeah. Anyway, to put it nicely, the animations need some work. This isn't actually even how a horse trots. So, yeah, that's what I'm here for. Anyway, let's go... I don't know why I jumped off the horse instead of riding the horse over here, but I did. Also, I should probably full screen this so you guys can see it better. Oops, there we go. So now we've got my new horse. The idle is not really fully animated yet. It's just there. So now, oh yeah, I don't have a walk yet either. Wait, that was the trot. Okay. Yeah, so this is the new trot that I authored. And then this is what we're going to work on today. He needs a canter because there's such a big difference in movement between a trot and a gallop that I feel like we really need to author a canter. So there will be a canter at this speed, and then here's the gallop. And then it can go into a faster gallop. And for that, I think it's just going to be the gallop maybe played a little faster or something, because it's not going to be a huge deal. And then we're working on making the jump better too. As you can see right now, he kind of hangs in the air. That's something we're trying to troubleshoot. And I'm trying to make the turns a little better. This is the trot turn right now. Very slidey. This is just kind of like a prototyping level. I basically took the trot animation, threw it on a layer, and made it sort of appear as though he's turning, because we're still trying to figure out how we want all this stuff to work. Whee! Anyway, long ways to go, as you can see. But we're gonna give some trot here. Oh, John says it's in Showdown. Yeah, I guess I found it eventually. Sorry if you said that before I found it, but... So one thing I discovered the other day is that it's actually really hard to find video reference of a horse actually cantering. Like, I get a lot of my video reference from Getty Images, and... No, I wasn't looking at French breakfast food yesterday. No, you didn't see anything. If we look at horses cantering, it gives me all these gallops. And if you don't know, the main difference between a canter and a gallop with a horse is a canter is like a 3-beat run, and then a gallop is a 4-beat run. So in a gallop, every hoof is hitting the ground at a different time, so you hear 4 significant sounds. And with a canter, 2 of the feet are hitting at about the same time, and then the other 2 feet are each hitting at an individual time, so you hear 3 beats. But apparently Getty Images doesn't really know the difference because these are all gallops. Oh, look at this wonderful horse animation. I did find, actually, if you go to Wikipedia and look up horse canter, I think they actually had a pretty decent, oh, except all my images are broken for some reason. Well, anyway, I did find a YouTube video. Let's see. I think it was this guy. Let's take a look. I'm specifically trying to find video reference of like cowboys on horses, because between Western and European riding, they ride very differently. And since we're doing a Western game, I want to try and stay true to all that. So I found this video. He's got a whole bunch of stuff here. Let's see if we can find a canter. I haven't actually like sat through and watched this whole thing yet. Well, that's almost... It was a little too slow though. Okay, that's... I think this is a canter here, because we've got... It's definitely not a gallop. It might be kind of between a canter and a trot, but we've got... Yeah, so see how these 2 feet kind of hit at the same time? This back one and the front one. Surprisingly, it's on the same side of the horse too. I wasn't expecting that. And then the other 2 feet. Yep, okay, this looks like a canter. See, this is why it's important to watch video reference, because honestly, I'm surprised that the front and the back foot on the right side of the horse are the 2 that are hitting at the same time. I would have thought it'd be opposite. Now, it does kind of suck that I can't see the hooves, but like I've done enough animation that I can kind of figure that out on my own. The important part was for me to find a clip that has like a good demonstration of like what the body is doing, and then, as I was saying, to find out what the hooves are doing as well, or I mean the legs. Now this is this still a canter? Kind of, yeah, okay. All right, so this is a pretty good spot here. I'm gonna keep that in mind. That was around 2 minutes, and I'm just gonna like look at the rest of the video, see if there's anything a little better. Ideally, I want a section where he's just kind of running straight like that, because the turning will affect the animation. I need to make sure you guys aren't chatting and I'm missing it. Let's see, oh, it's lagging. Is the stream still lagging for you? This is another issue that so I moved to a new place, and unfortunately where I moved to, I can't get Wave. So I have Comcast, and, you know, F-Comcast is the popular opinion. They don't have very good upload speeds. The fastest upload speed I could get was 30. And that's actually pretty terrible for streaming. So I hope this is gonna do okay. At my last place, I think I had like 100 up. So yeah, if it's lagging, I hope it stops. Anyway. Okay, so far I think the beginning part of that video, because now we're like sort of zoomed away from it. Only when you're in Pi. Video is fine. Looks like maybe more CPU users. Shh! Don't say that! No, yeah, I'm getting a better computer. It has been pointed out to me that my rig is not good enough to run all the things that I'm supposed to be running. So But hopefully it'll be okay with Maya. Okay. So let's go back to this spot here. Is that the best one? That one's pretty good. Oh yeah, one other thing I need to check out real quick is our speed. Now it's not like perfect in the engine. There is, I'm pretty sure there's some foot sliding, but it's kind of hard to tell because the horse is moving fast enough. Like, let's check out again, for instance. Sorry if it's gonna lag for you, but like I authored this to where the feet shouldn't be sliding in this trot. But it's hard to tell. Like, I think they might be sliding a little, but it's okay. Like, it doesn't look bad. And then especially with a gallop, if the feet are sliding, you're not gonna be able to tell. So yeah, I kind of want to be on the right, like close to the right speed with the canter. So let me check that. And again, don't remember. Wait, let's see. I want to check the blend space. This guy. Oh yeah, I can show you the blend spaces too. These are kind of cool. So we've got over here all of our different horse animations and speeds. This is the old horse. And then you can see, like, this is the speed that he's running. This is the rate scale is like how fast the animation is playing. Ideally, that's going to be most of the time at 1.0 because just speeding up the animation isn't usually like the best thing for making something look good. But like I said, with the gallop, it might be okay. But yeah, so you can see here, this green dot is like where our character currently is. And then if we just drag it around, this is what it's going to look like in game when you're like trying to turn left or going forward, going right. And as you can see, one thing I really don't like about this is it feels like this horse is kind of pinned on his hips here. So I have since fixed that, but let's see. Currently, now there's not a canter, so I think it's 750 or 900. I can't remember. Let me see what I authored for the trot. Alright, so here's my blend space. And here's our gallop. And our trot. And then we've got our turns here. And turns. Uh-oh. I'm getting a warning that YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain streaming. Shoot. Okay. Yeah, it's probably because I'm in the engine. So yeah, probably CPU issues. My computer can't handle. Oh God. Yeah. Shh. You didn't see that. All right. So I'm using 100% of my CPU right now. Duly noted, probably shouldn't do too much engine side stuff while I'm streaming. Yeah, okay, so let me just figure out. All right, so I think 750 is going to be the speed that I want for the canter because I have 300 and 900 right now. All right, so that's going to be the first thing we do. Let's just grab. All right, I'm going to check my. Oh, I closed my task manager. I should probably keep that open so that I can make sure I'm not destroying my computer. All right, we're back down to 80% CPU as well. I can hear my colleagues dying inside. Okay, let's see. I should give myself an actual control for this movement that I'm doing, but instead I'm going in here and I'm animating this group. Do not follow my example. This is a terrible example. So, all right, he's moving 750. I guess it is meters per second. That's really fast, but. And then I want this to be linear. Actually, this should be on frame 29, not 30, since my first frame is on 0. Actually, that doesn't look too fast. Like, that looks like a pretty good canter speed, so yeah, I think that'll be alright. Let me turn off this mesh here. Okay, so at this point, I'm probably just gonna have my video reference on my other monitor while I'm posing this out, but I'll like bring it back and forth periodically so you can see what I'm looking at. So I'm just gonna double check here that this is the section that I want. Also, I should write down, I don't have an actual notepad by me right now, but I'm gonna write down what time frame this is because YouTube likes to reset the videos to the beginning sometimes. So this is like 3:40. Okay, so I'm just gonna double check. Also, I want to see, I think this video is in 30 frames per second, but I want to just double check that it's not in 24. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, okay, so 30 frames per second. That's cool. And I'm just gonna double check that this is our 3-beat canter. It looks like it. Yeah, because the horse is... he's kind of doing between a trot and a canter. Let's see, the other one was over here, wasn't it? Yeah, that might be a little better for me. 100, nicely done. Thank you, thank you. I know how to utilize a CPU. Unreal units are centimeters, yeah. Okay, that would make more sense. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. 750 meters per second? What? Yeah, 75 meters per second. Braining is hard. I am still all afluster from that damn woodpecker. Let me tell you, it was like minutes after my roommate left the house and I started freaking out because that was so loud. And it took me a while to even figure out where the noise was coming from because it wasn't like constant. It was like a woodpecker, you know, but geez, I thought there's something seriously wrong with my furnace. And I went like opened my sliding door because my brother talked to me and he was like, make sure that you have windows open if you're worried that there's a gas leak. And I'm like, okay. And it was a stupid bird. I mean, I'm not 100% sure, but you know, 95% sure. All right, so one thing I want to think about with this is in order to make the blend look as good as possible, we want the feet to like start at a certain position. So when we're animating people and you have like walk, run, sprint, what I usually do, and you know, it depends on the project, but if I'm authoring it myself, I'll start with the left foot on the ground in the passing position. So you've got, you know, your person is perfectly forward, left foot on the ground, right foot, knee is bent, hip is dropped, and the right leg is coming forward. And so you do that for your walk, your run, and your sprint, and they all start on that frame. So then when it blends between those animations, it looks really good. Now the problem with the horse is, as we were already seeing from the video reference, it's not quite that perfect for them, because you can see in a trot, like the left foot passing position. So I tried doing this, right? I tried doing left foot passing position, but then the question is, do I do the back left foot or the front left foot? So I tried doing the back left foot, and that's what we've got here, and I believe I did that for the gallop as well. Yes, see? So again, for the gallop, I was like, okay, wherever the left foot is on the ground and the right foot is coming forward, that's where I want my start frame to be. But unfortunately, like, look at the drastic difference between these poses. So it's a little bit problematic, and I don't know that, you know, some horses run like mirror of each other. So like this horse that we're looking at in this video, he's running with his, like he's putting his left legs down together, and some horses would probably put their right legs down together, so they'd be running mirrored of each other. And I don't know if maybe I didn't author that properly. I don't know. This is new for me. I've never done a horse running blend space before, so, but hopefully by adding in the canter, it'll look good enough, because the main thing is that it goes from this drastic, like, 4-beat to this 4-beat, but it's a very different kind of pose, right? So I am rambling on. All right, so we'll try to do this again with the left foot passing position. It's kind of hard for me to tell, like, which side. There's not very good lighting here. All right, so here's our, wait, what did I, now hang on a second. Yeah, this horse is like kind of going in a, all right, maybe I needed to go a little bit farther into the video here. I only need one good loop. So let's do this one. All right, so we've got, it's funny, it looks like the feet are hitting at the same time when I watch it in full speed, but they're kind of not. And, you know, they're not like perfectly together, but the point is, like, you really only hear 3 beats, right? So here's our left foot passing position. We'll go with this as kind of our starting point. Oops. Oh no, did I click end stream? Let's see. My YouTube says that that you guys are still viewing buffering. I hope that's not the case. I should be okay on my CPU and memory right now, but please let me know if it is lagging and I'll try to do something about it. Alright, in any case, let's get this pose going here. So my rig definitely isn't perfect with this character, because the main issue that I get sometimes is these pole vectors can get really gross, and so sometimes I have to actually go in and animate, like hand key the twist vector on the IK itself. I'm sure there's a better solution to that. I just haven't really had the time to dig into it. Dissatisfied! Hey there, glad you're back. I'm glad you're back too, Dissatisfied. Glad you made it today. Yes, I'm still here. Okay, good. Alright, so the back foot does hit a little bit before the front foot. We're gonna have the front foot on the ground at this point, but it kind of just hit the ground. And this is always something that I end up adjusting at a later time. But we're gonna start like this for now. I've got a few buttons up here for selecting things. This is my studio library so that I can save poses. Oh, there we go. So like I've got some of my different horse poses here, and then also for our rider guy. But like I can't just select all the joints and put a key on them if I've got this IK rig on it. So I have specifically this button that selects all of the controls, and then this button, NIK means no IK, so that's selecting all of the joints that I can key. I should probably make a button that selects all the joints that I can key and the rig at the same time, but I'll do that later. Okay, so, oh, yeah, we should figure out, like, how long we actually want this loop to be. So I'm gonna see what this horse is doing. Not that I'm necessarily going to do the same, but let's see. So we got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so it's like, it's about 19 frames. Or 20 frames. We'll do 20 because that's gonna be a little prettier for us. Which means 0 to 19, that is 20 frames. So I'll save myself a key. And a key. Whee! There we go. Alright, so with the horse running, what I've been doing is when I'm starting out, I will just put a keyframe on every frame where a hoof first hits the ground. So we'll go, I picked a different spot than I initially wrote, so I'm gonna do this again, 244. Oh, I guess that was the end of our loop, not the beginning, but... Okay. So the next foot that hits is the back right foot. And that's about 3 frames after here. And you know what? I'm gonna mute my translate Z for now. I do have a trick for when I actually want to plant these feet on the ground, and I will show you that when we get to that point. But for now... let's see. This is the point where I start to get quiet, I suppose. And this one has... Oh, I should save a key on everything. This is... It'll get moved around later, but when I'm blocking stuff out, I just like to have all of the controls have a key on all of the same frames, so that way it's really easy for me to drag them around if I need to retime or something. And we'll make sure these feet stay planted on the ground when we get to that a little later. All right, so there's that. Let's see. Oh, no, I pressed the arrow key instead of the open caret. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so about 4 more frames. Is when this foot hits the ground. See, this is what I'm talking about. I run into problems, especially with this leg. I don't know why this one is better. When I authored the skeleton and the IKs, everything was perfectly mirrored, so I don't know what problem Maya has with this, but... You know, one thing I should probably do is just go ahead and figure out the up and down motion as well, because that will help us with the legs not overextending. Do that next here, and then we can adjust things accordingly. Whee! Okay, so then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So about 9 frames before the back foot hits again. And we'll grab this. Move forward. And then this foot looks like it's about 1 or 2 frames after the other that it hits down. So maybe this should have been back a little bit. Or actually, let's... Oops. I'm not gonna add... This is gonna look really bad at first. Like I said, I don't want to add anything. I'm a good animator. I don't want to add any in-betweens right now until I get these feet planted properly. Alright. Done. That is our canter animation. Thank you everyone for coming to my stream. You all have a good day. Okay, let's figure out the up and down, and then that'll help us solidify our feet. So, just give the horse rollerblades and you won't have to animate the legs. That is a genius idea, Dissatisfied. I will definitely make that suggestion. Okay, so the highest point, it's kind of cool. Look, you can see the horse sort of like swinging forward at this point. It's almost like he's pivoting right here. So it looks like the highest point, which makes sense, is basically when there are no feet on the ground. But the lowest point is also makes sense when there are 3 feet on the ground. And you can see that the horse is like if you look at, if you draw a line here between his butt and his chest, you can see it kind of going like this. And so we want to incorporate that at this stage too, because that'll really affect the way that the legs work. So for starters, let's just get the overall up and down. And I suppose at this point I am going to start using my graph editor, so I will plug that in over here. Really need to buy myself a bigger monitor so that I have more space to do all this. And by bigger, I don't mean like physical size. I mean, I need a 4K monitor, but I don't got that kind of money. I mean, I probably do. I just don't want to spend it because I'm a cheapskate. All right, so about here is going to be our low point. And then pretend these 2 feet are not on the ground right here. This is probably going to be our high point. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. We need to loop all of these. Probably just delete that one. Oh, gotta shift. Yes, as you might have guessed, I do sit on the floor to work. I thought it was a good idea. It's okay sometimes. It has made me more flexible. I'm not like sitting on the floor. I've got like a little stool thing and some pillows, but yeah, I'm basically sitting on the floor. All right. So let's go back in here and make our curve proper. Okay, I just want to make sure that I've got this at the right spot. So the highest point, yes, are as the left legs are kind of coming forward again. All right, so I didn't quite put that in the right spot. Let's move this key. And then the lowest point, I believe, was when the back leg was coming up and the other 3 were on the ground. Yes. So maybe a little bit earlier there. Now with the up and down motion, we want to remember, think about our bouncing ball and the hang time that it has in the air. So we don't just want it to be up, down, up, down. So we're going to give him a little bit of that hang time. And I tend to just like to sort of shift my keys around here. Not to be a Debbie Downer, but the availability of good 4K monitors right now is low. My new one sold out in 24 hours. Yeah, I believe it. I don't think that's anything I'm gonna get anytime soon. I'm just like daydreaming. I didn't really even think about how useful that would be for me until I was like going through this animation Sherpa course where Richard Lico had a 4K monitor and he was like doing what I'm doing and trying to make videos, and I can't, like, I have 2 monitors, so it's fine when I'm working and it's just me, but when I'm streaming and I want you guys to be able to see my graph editor, I have to put it on this monitor. And since he had a 4K monitor, it's like he had all this space and he could still, like, he still had a very large viewport, whereas now you can see mine is like super tiny. So I'm sure it's not anything I'm gonna have anytime soon, but I'm still daydreaming about it. Kind of availability of anything is super bad right now, I suppose. Alright, I want to give him a little bit more of a down to kind of like add some weight here. If he just has a very short down point and comes back up right away, it's gonna feel a little weightless. That's a little better. I think I actually need to push this a little more too, so I'll grab my little region tool here. Yeah, let's watch this clip again. There is quite a bit of up and down. Maybe I did a little too much now. Even if you wanted to spend the dough, sourcing is a bit hard. Yeah, very true. And by the nature of that, it means you're gonna spend more money than you normally would have. Time for some LaCroix. Okay. So the other thing I want to pay attention to with this up and down is that he's, like I was saying, he's not just this stiff board, right? So we're gonna want the front and the back of the horse to go up and down at different times. Like you can see here is the high point for his rear, and then about here was the high point for his chest. And you can tell by like looking at the angle of the body. And then this is the low point, which makes sense. Again, it's all because of the legs, right? So when both of the front legs are on the ground, that's when it's the low point for the horse. Now this is where it gets a little tricky because I don't have officially like an IK spine setup. I don't really like to do that because it gets kind of messy. So what I've done here actually with my rig is this is all just on the skeleton. There's no IK spline or anything like that here. So I can move this up and down and it moves the whole horse, and I can rotate this and it only moves his rear. And the reason that works is because I have this, or maybe the group, yeah, so the group that is above this control is actually point constrained to this joint, I believe. Let's double check that here. Yeah, so it's got a point constraint on there in order to keep it in the right spot so that it doesn't like rotate this entire thing when I rotate the pelvis. But now, if I rotate this one, it does rotate the entire front of the horse. So I'll show you how I like to deal with this. And then the front one here just rotates the front because it's the bottom of the chain. So what I'm gonna do, and this is like totally a hacked thing that only works with certain types of scripting, so I don't know how helpful it is for you guys, and I apologize for that, but let's see. So this is where we want the front to be down. And because you can see like all the legs are getting all bent up now, this I have a tendency to change like the up and down depending on how it looks after we get all this in here, so that might be a thing that we do. And then where is his body tilting up the most? Right before the front right foot hits the ground, so about here is where we want it up. Yeah, this is gonna look really bad at first. Okay. Maybe I don't want to do it this way. I'm trying to think, because I've only done 2 cycles with this rig so far, and I'm trying to think, like, did I actually rotate it with this guy first? Well, at least just put that back at 0. Sometimes when I'm working, I try something and it doesn't work right away, but it's like way more nerve-wracking when there's people watching me screw up. So this one I'm probably going to translate a bit. Well, not that much. Okay, maybe I don't want to do it this way. What am I... Okay, maybe I was just... I shouldn't have been animating that control. And yeah, we're ignoring what the head is doing right now. I'll fix that later. Okay, so that's a little better. I think what I'm gonna do, what I might need to do here is... I hate to do this so soon because it's going to put keys on everything. But we're going to pin that in place. And then... Actually, no. I'm going to take that back. We're just going to pin the rotation in place. So that way we get this going on here. Okay. I think what problem I'm having with my brain... Oh, let's see. Dissatisfied. Bro, I'm still rocking that dual 720p setup. Hey man, whatever works for you, right? If you don't mind me asking what size monitors you use inch-wise, I think I've got a 27 and a 24. So the one that you guys are seeing is a 27 inch. And then my other monitor is 24. I'm so sweaty right now. You saw nothing. I think my brain is having trouble with this right now because the legs are not actually on the ground as they should be. So I'm gonna fix that next. So what we want to do here is I'm basically gonna count the number of frames that each foot is on the ground. Actually, okay. So here's a special trick I like to do for getting my feet like planted on the ground. We're gonna turn our translate Z back on of our group here. Where'd it go? Unmute. So now, looks really bad, right? But if we I'm gonna grab all 4 of these foot controls, and then I'm gonna pin them down into world space. We're gonna do both translation and rotation on all of them. And now, whoops. Oh right, I forgot to bake this guy. Let me do that first just so I don't forget. Delete that. Oh yeah, I still have my shape nodes turned on too. Don't want that. Okay, so here's the trick I'm gonna do. This foot is on the ground for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably about 6 frames. And it touches the ground first, like here, I think. So I'm gonna grab this frame, middle mouse click it there, so that I'm essentially copying it. You could also just do copy, paste in the graph editor. And then I like to delete a couple keys before and after I do that so it doesn't like look super poppy. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this is the same key, so that also counts as 4, 5, 6. So I want to copy, paste that one, delete those. So that should be our back left foot. Now, generally speaking, this probably means that each of the feet are going to be on the ground for 6 frames, but I'm just going to double check our video reference here. Again, it's a little hard for me to tell because we can't actually see the feet, but I can kind of tell by like the angle of the leg. Let's see, so the front left goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, see, it's like not on the ground right here. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 6 or 7 for the front right foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay, so I'm just gonna do like 6 or 7 for all of these feet. Let's see how it looks. Like this one, like obviously we need to rotate his ankle back a bit. Yeah, I think 6 frames is gonna be pretty good. So we'll try starting with that. Whoops. I want to plant my front and left foot now. I keep getting this stupid menu items, menu not found error down here. And through Google searching, the only way I've found to fix it is to actually delete my preferences. And that is a huge pain in the ass. I already did it and it fixed it. And then it started doing it again like a couple days ago. And I'm like, nope, I'm just going to deal with that because there's no way I'm going to delete my Maya preferences every time that happens. Just one of those dumb Maya bugs, I guess. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this might... Ah! Didn't mean to do that. See, now I already forgot which frame these planted on. Okay, that one is here. Whoops. So... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoa, why did that? Oh, because it's not flattened, that's why. Oops. There we go. Ah! And then this front one was from here. So copy that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, shoot. Did I not put this one forward enough? Yeah, I don't think I did. So let's just grab the Z. Whoa, too far. Ooh, this seems 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one seems oddly like overextended compared to the other feet. Let's see. Oh, except I didn't even... Did I do this one properly yet? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay. Alright, so this is what I'm talking about where, like, we should probably figure out all this weird leg stuff before I go any further with the body. Okay, so the important part was getting these feet planted, and I can, like, adjust that if I need to, but basically by that caused these to rotate. Huh. I did select them all, didn't I? Bake it down. Okay, that time it didn't rotate. That's weird. And because the IK controls are actually parented underneath the group that's translating it forward, now when I go in here and mute the translate Z, now we've got all that information. Obviously, it looks like trash, but the important part is I know what the translate Z is supposed to be on all of these feet now. Now, potentially, this movement that is happening is still a little bit like the 75 meters per second is maybe faster than a horse is actually moving in this canter. So the best solution for that would probably be for me to actually just have the feet planted for a shorter period of time. But I don't know if I want to make that decision just yet. So first, what I want to do... Uh-oh, wait. Something happened here. I did something wrong because the front two legs are supposed to be on the ground at the same time. At least at some point. So what did I do wrong? Okay, let's bring this guy back over here. What did I do? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. It's only like maybe for a frame that they're both on the ground for the same time. And like I said, if I am going to affect the amount of frames that the feet are on the ground, it's not gonna be quite matched up with this. But let's just see. Did I even... So that's this foot's first frame on the ground, and this one's last frame on the ground was way long ago. What did I do? Hang on. Okay, so it's... yeah, hitting the ground a little bit after the back leg. Let's just put these in linears. Oops. So I can make sure these are actually... Alright, so the last one for this... the back leg is here. Which means this one should be... yeah, a frame later. That's correct. I think maybe this leg I had hit the ground a little too late or something. So let's see what happens if we just scoot this back in time a little. Actually, let's grab the rotations too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright. Gonna move. Whoops. Forward a smidge. As long as you grab all of the keys where the horse's feet were planted and are moving them together, you shouldn't ruin your foot planting. Okay. Alright, now I think we just need to, like, clean this up a little. These keys look like garbage. And then if I need to shift things in time, that's okay. I can do that later. Oops. Delete. And delete these. Actually, let's just delete all those. Ah. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna delete all the translate Z between the planting so that we can actually kind of see what the pace of the feet are. I still want them to like come up, so that we can tell for sure that they're not like just on the ground sliding around, but come on. We're just gonna throw in some quick rotation here. It's so poppy. It almost looks like it's in stop motion because of what those IK chains are doing. Oh my god, it's so gross. Okay, believe it or not, we might actually make this work. I know it's hard to tell at this point because it still looks pretty bad, but I think with some tweaking on the feet and the body, I think this pace will be okay. But I am going to take a quick break and I'll come back in a bit and we'll probably stream for like another hour or so. But I will see you guys in a minute. Okay, I'm back. Also, my coworker sent me some videos, some more videos on cantering. I do believe I saw these at one point, but I forgot about them. So let's take a look. See if we're on the right track. Ah, yes. I remember. I wasn't sure if I should use this since they're like doing fancy steps, but it's still good reference for like the actual mechanics of when do the feet plant and stuff like that. So let's analyze this real quick. Okay, it is kind of doing the same thing that we're doing. Oh wait, no it's not. This horse is doing opposite feet. Huh. Interesting. So I wonder if the video reference I'm using, the horse isn't going quite fast enough to be considered a canter, or if that horse just runs funny. I don't know. I hate this choppy slow-mo stuff. It's like, yeah, sure, I can see that if I just frame by frame the video. That's not actually slow-mo, so thanks a lot. Okay, well, let's compare this real quick. Am I just being dumb and I'm not... It's weird, like, this horse, it looks like it's running a similar speed to this one, I think. But it's just... Or not that, that's a trot. Yeah, see, like, this, when you look at the horse and how fast it's moving and, like, the way the body is dipping up and down, these actually kind of look like they're running a very similar speed, but for some reason, this horse... The foot pattern is different than this other one. I'm not sure which is a better choice, guys. Because I did think it was odd that this horse was doing left, left together. Maybe it... Well, shoot, now I don't know. Let me see, he sent me another video. Oh, that was the same gal, so her horse is gonna be running the same way. Wow, that's a very, very prancy horse. Oh wait, is this literally just the same? Yeah, that's the same video. Whoops. This is a different one. But same girl, so. That horse has a beautiful stride, for sure. Oh, hang on. Yeah, it's doing opposite again. So it's this front left and back right that are hitting at the same time. Let me see real quick if there's some more. If I can find another example of a horse doing what I started animating, then I'll feel okay, like that's a possible thing. But if I can't, then maybe the horse is actually going slower. Wow, this is a terrible quality video. Alright. Okay. This horse is doing opposite as well. Oh my god, it's so bad. It's such a bad quality. Why do you people upload this quality of videos? Quick, you can't even see its legs! Come on. Alright, well this is a terrible example. I think it was doing opposite though. A little hard to tell, but... is this the same girl? No, the horse looks different anyway. Was that it? That was that one little clip? Or are we gonna do more? Wow. Blah, 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 blah. She just talky. Where was it? There was like one clip right in the beginning here. Right? Yeah. Oh my god, I don't even know if that was long enough to really see anything. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah, so this is... It's weird, because it's like... On this one, it seems like the back left and the front right are landing about the different, like, same time apart as the front left and the back right. So, I mean, maybe it's closer to the back right? Yeah, I guess it is. Okay. Well, guys, I'm doing it wrong. I guess maybe the video I'm using isn't a great reference for Cantor. Or like I was saying, maybe it's just really hard for me to tell because the feet aren't very visible. Because, like, I thought it looked like this front left foot was landing sooner, but I guess it's not. Arg! Okay. I'm just a bad animator. That's what it comes down to. I didn't look at my video reference properly. So, I think we can just salvage this. Since we're not, like, too far in, we can just make this... I'm just gonna shift all of this stuff back frame. So maybe, I mean, that would make sense why I'm having trouble with getting this two front legs on the ground at the same time, you know, because they're not. So again, it doesn't have to be like the exact same frame because the horse isn't perfectly doing it, but maybe within one frame. So there definitely is a point where there are no hooves on the ground. It's a very short period here, but you can see, like, in this video, it's just, like, 2 frames. I mean, because technically his foot is implanted here, right? So there's 1, 2... Oh, well, and then the foot plants in the back there. Let's find out what the frame rate is on this. This one might be 24. I can't tell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay, this is 24 frames. So for me, it'll be like 1 to 2 frames that the feet aren't on the ground. Oh my god, I've made a mess. What have I done? Okay, the front right foot should land after the back left foot though, or the back right foot. So that's all good. My stream window. Here we go. Hi, Tom! Welcome to the stream. No need to apologize. You made it. That's all that matters. Happy to have you. I'm just trying to analyze where I've screwed up with this canter. Again, it's hard to tell since I don't have, like, all of my foot rolls and everything figured out. So there should be, what did I say, about 2 frames where there's not a foot on the ground. So maybe this guy needs to also have everything shoved back a bit, or shoved forward rather. And we'll grab these and maybe shift them a frame. Well, you guys get to watch me struggle today. How fun is that? Now, what is going on? I feel like I don't have enough, or I have like too many frames, or again, maybe it's just because my horse is actually moving faster than it really would. Because, I mean, let's be real, I don't think this horse is actually moving 75 meters per second. That's not. So, I have to, like, kind of, oh my gosh. There's such a short clip where she's actually moving on her horse. Yeah, I don't think that's 75 meters per second. So this is where video game stuff comes into play, because, like, the last project I was working on, too, we had walk animations where our characters were moving, I think it was like 3.5 meters per second as a walk. And it's like, wait, that's not, people can't walk that fast. Like, maybe the super professional power walkers can do that, but then that looks completely different, right? So we just kind of had to like fake it, and it's not like a walk cycle that I would have just been like, hey, I made a walk cycle. It's like, oh no, this was specifically to fit game parameters. So probably gonna have to do the same thing here. At some point, I just have to accept that it's not gonna be perfectly accurate, and the important part is just that it looks good, right? Okay. And like I said, that we need to make sure that it's a 3-beat run. So we've got 1, and then 2, 3. And we just need to really kind of clean this up. I'm just trying to make sure that, like, the feet have the right rhythm to, like, the spacing between the footsteps. I'm sure this is really exciting watching me watch videos. Wait, isn't that a thing that YouTubers do? Like, oh, I need to do some reaction videos to video reference. It almost feels like my loop isn't fast enough, doesn't it? Let's see. I'm gonna do something really risky here. I just saved, so I can go back and fix this if I want to. I think maybe my animation is too slow, so I'm going to... I just baked everything down. Gonna delete all the keys outside of that, and now I'm just gonna scale these. Actually, let me use... I think this is gonna snap, isn't it? What if I turn off snap? Will it cooperate? Oh, I'm not selecting all the keys, am I? What happened here? Bake. Yes. There we go. Okay. So what if we put it at, I guess we'd want it set like 17. Oh god. I think that might actually work better for us. I know it's hard to tell because this looks crappy, but I'm like, my brain can block out all the ugly stuff and just pay attention to the rhythm here. And let me check real quick, what are the lengths of my animations? This one is... oh god. Whoa. What? This is in some crazy... like... 200 frames per second or something. 1152! Oh god, this doesn't help me. I might have to actually open up my horse file because I don't know how many frames this is. Where's the trot? I'm sure it's gonna be the same situation. Yeah. Oh man. Is there a preview? Ah, okay. I don't know how many frames they are, so let me save this. Gallop. So many files. So many iterations. Okay, so this would actually be like 18 frames, right? Because it was in 60, yeah. I don't know that I want to make the canter shorter frames than the gallop. Oh, the trot is 20, so it's not much longer. Or wait, sorry. No. Yeah, okay. The trot is 21 frames. And the gallop was, what'd I say? 18? I guess 19, because zero? Yeah. Oh, okay. Maybe I don't want to make it that short then. Gosh, I don't know. It's kind of looking like a gallop, isn't it? Grr. Alright, let's undo that. We'll just reopen the file before we change it. Okay, I'm just gonna make it work because I do want the canter to be in between the trot and the gallop as far as frame length goes too. So, alright. I'm just gonna forge ahead because something I've learned is that eventually it always works out. It's not starting off the way that I was hoping, but at some point something will click for me because it always does. Just not when I think it does. However, I am going to move. This is like going way too far back. Uh-oh. Why? Hello? Am I just having a bug? Okay, yeah, mine is just being buggy. Whoa, now it's like... That was weird. Okay, so one thing I can do here is let's start animating the hips, and that will help us with our leg ugliness. This is another spot I need to fix. The skinning is in the haunches, but meh. And then we're gonna want to fix the legs here, so like this will help us if we do some ball pivot there. So one thing that I do like to do at this point is, like, I kind of animate all 4 feet independently when I'm starting out, just to try and get the rhythm right. But then what I'm doing now, I'm only going to do this to one of the feet and like really polish up and make it look good. And then I'm going to just copy all of those keys over to the other foot and see where that gets me. And usually by doing that and then shifting the keys to where they should be, it gets me like 90% of the way there. And then I usually have some sort of tweaking to do because of like the rotation of the hips and stuff like that. But so I'm just gonna try and do this right foot. But on the front legs, I'm probably gonna do the left leg since this right leg has all these weird IK problems. And I'll just have to tweak that manually. Okay, so the rear now, one thing I want to do is actually have the butt come up a little bit. Oops, whoa, 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 whoa. Yes. This always cracks me up because for the longest time, ever since I can remember, when you're gonna overwrite a file, Maya goes, "Overwrites it?" Like Gollum, like, "Overwrites it, my precious?" They never fixed that typo. It's weird. Okay, so if I pin this in space, now I can translate this independently. Because I want the rear to be up at its highest point when, oops, both of the hind legs are off the ground, right? So maybe here should be the high point, and then the low point will be about here. And then we're just gonna delete, graph editor bug. I hate this bug. No. Sometimes, like, what I want it to do, yeah, see how it's like adding the other curves when I like delete a key? It's not supposed to do that. It's a stupid Maya bug, and the only way to fix it is to close and reopen the graph editor. At least I figured that out, because as annoying as that is, at first, for a while, I had to just close and reopen Maya. And that was much worse than closing and reopening the graph editor. Oh no. I've made a huge mistake. That does not look good. Okay. Alright, so that's not working very well. Let's just go back. Alright, we're just gonna start with rotating and see where that gets us. I don't know why that wasn't looped, but it is now. So, how did I do this before? I managed to use the script to like do a nice little curve in the body, and I can't remember what I did now. I know it had to do with using my world space script, so let's give this a try. No, that's not good. What did I do? Alright, well, for one thing, I'm gonna put this head on a locator because it's driving me crazy. So now you can see, like, now the head is, like, not going crazy. So I'm just gonna leave that on there for a while. See how now it's like, oh, it stays kind of, like, pointed forward. So what I really want to do here is, like, get this nice curve in the body. And I'm trying to remember how I did that, because I believe I did that for the trot. What if I just put this one on rotation, and now what did I do? I totally messed this up. I'm like doing some stupid counter animating here. Okay, so I got all screwed up because of my leg stuff. I think I'm just gonna blow away these keys. And we're gonna start this over here. Make sure I've got my up and down still the way I want it. Something's... Wow. I apologize, my brain is broken today or something. Like, how did I get to where this foot is the only foot on the ground? What did I do? Okay, I guess that's right. Because the Western horse, it was his right foot, front right foot that was like the last one on the ground. So we've got our up point. This is when the two hind legs are coming through to the front. And that is not what I did. Probably because I moved everything around, but alright. Well, that helped a little, didn't it? And this, yeah, that doesn't affect our spine, so we want to do this guy. Oh no, what did I do? Okay, this isn't looping for some reason. Yeah, that's gross. Alright, we're gonna try translating the front a bit. That was too much. But I think we're on the right track now. Wow, this is challenging for me today. Some days it just happens, I guess. It's probably because I have people watching me. You know how that goes, it's like when you're trying to show something to somebody, like not necessarily streaming, but just at work or whatever, and then all of a sudden you make all these mistakes while they're watching you, and then you're all nervous that they assume that you make all those mistakes all the time. That's how I feel right now. Okay, part of our issue is the neck, I think. Oh, okay, so the bridle. Yeah. think we should have more of it come from this control, so I'm gonna... No, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm gonna bake that one down real quick, and then we're going to put the more rotation into this. Is that what I want? This would help if I'm just gonna put like a key or two on here. Just so it's not so distracting. Well, that didn't help, did it? Rip. How about I just delete that for now? Oh god! That was a mistake. Alright, I think we're putting too much rotation on this front control. So let's shrink that down a bit. Why is it popping? Something's not looping here. Ah. Okay, I think that's good enough for now. Just gonna bake all those down. Delete these locators. Alright, this is driving me crazy. We're gonna look at the other side, because that's ugly. I think maybe these front feet are reaching too far forward for their foot planting. I think we should scoot the translate Z back a bit. Horsey's gonna get shin splints if he reaches that far forward. Oh my god, but then it's like so far back here. Ugh. I'm really having trouble trying to make this 75 meters per second look good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's on the ground for the right number of frames. It's just gonna be hard to make it look good. Alright, I'm gonna bake. I like to bake my toe rolls down because I forget where they have or have not had keys. Like this one, for instance, looks like it has one key and then it's just kind of wandering, doing its thing. Let's bring you back. Actually, let's zero this out first. Oh, okay. So this is the last key that we have to worry about it being on the ground. This key, I can pop it off up here. So I like to zero these out as soon as it's not on the ground anymore. Just because they affect, like, the rotation pivot. Alright, I've got this handy dandy script that will give me trackers on here, and I'm just gonna put a motion trail on this foot so we can start to analyze, wow, this looks like garbage. Garbage day. There's one thing that's not helping us, is that our translate Y goes back down to 0. Ah! That's not helping us either. Let's not do that. Ah, much better. Whoa, why is that going forward in Z? Oh. Okay, so here's another issue. Our guy does not need to be on the ground until right here. Huh. Weird. Why is this? Oh yeah, because we're checking out the motion trail of the ankle. The ankle doesn't need to be completely flat the whole time, but just we want the hoof on the ground the whole time. So you can see we've got like a lot of keys really close together right here, so we can probably fix this. Let's take a look at what the this one is. It's just awfully prancy. I don't know that we want to do something this prancy, but we'll take a look at... So the hoof doesn't really come that far up off the ground. It's a matter of like leading with the knee, and then it kind of flicks out before landing. Let's take a look at this guy. Yeah, so same kind of thing. The front leg just stays in this backward C shape the whole time. So let's try and incorporate that. Oops. That's not my right view. How is that? My camera's got all messed up again. Whatever. Okay, so I think maybe we're coming up too high off the ground here. Oh no! Is it bugging out again? What's the dealio? Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, another thing we can do here is help it out with the shoulder a bit. How am I gonna... This leg is like way too bent here. I think the front of the horse is not in the right pattern of up and down. Oh no, how did that happen? Okay. Are these still landing at about the same time? I think so. They're just like one frame apart. That's okay. That's what we want. Which means they're also taking off one frame apart. Okay. I think it just doesn't look like that because this back leg isn't like kicking off as we would expect it to. Like this. Oh, and we've got... This guy needs to be zeroed out at this point. Oh my, what's happening? You know, part of me is I'm already regretting some things. I'm thinking now that maybe it would have been better if I don't know, if I started with my gallop animation and turned it into a canter. I'm not sure. I thought this was gonna go much faster than it is. But alas. I was worried that by starting with another speed, it was going to affect my animation and be like, oh yeah, this looks like you took a gallop and turned it into a canter instead of this looks like a canter, but this canter isn't really looking much like a canter anyway. So my main problem here is that I need to figure out what to do with the front of this horse. It's just, it's down too low, basically. I went a little too aggressive with this rotate X, I think. So I think part of one of the big differences in the canter versus the gallop, honestly, is going to be the head movement. So hopefully by adding that, it'll make it feel a little better. I don't know, guys. I think maybe I had gone a little too aggressive with this, though. That was part of our problem. This front leg still, we've got to figure this out. Like, I don't want to, I can fake it to an extent by moving the shoulder around, but I don't want it to look like Garbo. So when it gets back here, we need it to be, oof, that's gonna be some ugly deformation there. Yeah, see, I'd have to make it go all the way up here to make this leg straight, so something's gotta happen here. We haven't put any Z rotation in this yet. That could help a little. or it could make things worse. We'll find out, right? Also, I think I managed to destroy my infinity loop, so just make sure that's working. Ah. That helped a little bit. Now we do want this hoof to be back a little bit like that, because when the horse plants their foot on the ground, their like ankle actually sort of jets out behind the hoof a little bit. But that's not gonna fix everything for us, unfortunately. It's getting better, at least. All I have to say is you have more patience than I. LOL, well done, Foxy. Well, thank you. It's very true. Animating is extremely time-consuming and tedious. I'll be excited if I get this animation done in less than 8 hours, because that seems to be how long a quadruped cycle tends to take me. I think I'll get this done in less than 8 hours, assuming I can get this to pull together later today, but it's like every time I make a new animation, some new challenge always comes up and doesn't go the way that I expect it to, but eventually I just brute force my way through it and it works out. One thing that doesn't really help matters is this horse, this model, like, this distance here between these two joints is way too short. This was not properly modeled. Like, if you look at, like, look at this. Look at this right here. Look at how long that is. This is like not even the length of two ankle to hooves here. And then look at how much, this is like 3 times the length. Same with this horse. Like, look at how much longer their, what would this be? Their knee? No, that's their knee. I don't know. Horses are weird. They've got weird joints, but, yeah. So that's not helping me. That's not doing me any favors with trying to get this pose looking good here. But you just gotta work with what you got, right? If it was a cartoony horse, it would be even more different. Well, in any case, I have been streaming now for about 2.5 hours. So I'm probably going to wrap it up here soon. Unfortunately, that means you're not going to see the end of this animation, but I can show you what I come up with next time I stream so you can see where it went, and I can tell you about what I ended up doing to make it work, because I will figure that out at some point today. But yeah, anyway, I'll probably wrap it up here in about 5 minutes, so if you have any questions or anything that you want me to answer, I will wait a few minutes because there's always a bit of a delay, so. Hopefully one of these days I'll be able to show you a little more engine side once I actually have a CPU that can handle running the engine and streaming it at the same time. But it doesn't seem to be the case right now. Oops, that was the wrong one. How's everyone in chat for Monday? Hope you all had a great weekend. Well, that's very nice of you. I did have a good weekend myself. I also hope the rest of you did as well. Let's see. Oh. Looping got destroyed. I just realized I was behind in the stream. Yeah, there's like a bit of a delay. I think there might be a longer delay on YouTube than there is on Twitch even, which is why, like I said, I will always wait a few minutes after saying I'm about to end the stream, because you guys hear that a couple minutes, maybe a minute after I say it, and then it takes me time to also see what you say, and yeah, so on and so forth. I'm just trying a few things. I don't always know that what I'm doing is gonna look good. I just try it and see. I hear an animal on the roof. God, I can't catch a break. There's like woodpeckers in the chimney, crows on the roof. I'm being attacked. I think that helped a little with trying to straighten this leg out a bit. Now, obviously, it's like too straight, so I gotta tweak that a bit. But yeah, anyway. Okay, guys. I am going to call it a day for my stream. Thanks so much for joining me. I don't know exactly what kind of schedule I'm going to get into with streaming, but probably at least 2 days a week on regular, maybe 3. If any of you have any certain hours that work better for you that you can come watch live, please let me know, since I am able to stream at any hours of the day now, since this is like what I do for my day job. I'm pretty flexible on what time I stream. I did it in the morning for me, just because I know it's evening for some of my viewers over in the UK and India, although in India I think it's maybe in the middle of the night right now. So yeah, I could also do an evening stream, as in like, 10 hours from now, if that works better for you guys. So yeah, just let me know. Anyway, thanks so much for joining me, guys, and until next time, stay foxy.